Robert, Manchester United got a narrow 2-1 defeat yesterday at Aston Villa. These are going to be your five biggest takeaways from the game. We'll be talking Bruno, what that means for Manchester United, as well as some other key points as well. So let's get straight into it. Now, the first thing we learned, the better team lost, and I think that was something that Ruben Amorim was adamant to say after his post-match interview, that the better team lost, and I think we did. I think Aston Villa, the game really just come down to moments of brilliance. Two moments of brilliance from Morgan Rogers and one moment of brilliance from Cunha at United, and that ultimately what won the game. I don't think Aston Villa were that great at all. I think Manchester United were very, very good. I thought we were dominant. We pressed well. We had chances. I mean, that Cunha one, I mean, it was a huge opportunity. I think at the time it was 1-1. That would have been a great chance for Manchester United to make it 2-1. Um, Again, Morgan Rogers' moment of brilliance. But I think as a team, listen, we missed a lot when Bruno went off. But again, we conceded a goal with Bruno on the pitch. We conceded a goal without Bruno on the pitch. So that, in that sense, did make a difference. I think definitely creatively going forward, we did look kind of lost. Mason Mount was trying to make things happen. But I think the better team definitely did lose yesterday. And listen, that's what it comes down to, really. Football to results, game business, and not every time the team has to play well to get the result and the job done. You look at Arsenal against Everton, they didn't play great, they got a 1-0 victory. So yeah, I think Aston Villa got the job done, but I do certainly think the better team lost, and I think that's something Ruben Amorim will be very frustrated about, because I think we did deserve to win that game. I think there were chances there for United. Aston Villa, yes, they had their chances, but they were mainly on the counter attack. So I think Amorim will probably be really frustrated. At that. We were unlucky even with the injury of Bruno, but during the game, even without him, we were the better team. We blocked the transitions quite well, and they did really well. We did a very good job, but no one is going to remember tomorrow because of the result. That's what Amram had to say, and I think, listen, the better team lost. I think there were chances there. Now, the second thing, I want to talk about Aiden Heaven. Now, a player who, for me, has looked absolutely fantastic. Again, had a few shaky games when he first came in. It was relatively experienced player. I mean, against Wolves, I thought he was much better than what he was against West Ham. And I think yesterday was probably his best game in the United shirt. He was very comfortable on the ball, helped and made some very crucial blocks, won a lot of his duels as well. And he's looking more confident by the day. And he said Ruben Amorim trusts him a lot. I think he's a player there with a lot of sort of potential to go on. We signed him for we signed him for quite cheap. And again, I think, listen, first 5 minutes, he made two very crucial blocks and interceptions for Manchester United. He was winning a lot of his aerial duels, and he literally kept Ollie Watkins out of the game. And we know how much of a nuisance Ollie Watkins has been against Manchester United, but I thought he handled it very, very well and has stepped in. Listen, it was always going to be tough when you come in to replace De Ligt and Maguire, two players being absolutely vital for Manchester United in terms of that defensive ability. And I think Aiden Heaven has stepped up. Yes, we conceded 2 goals, but in terms of Aiden Heaven on the personal, I thought he did very, very well defending. He's looked quite good. I think there are obviously areas we can improve. I think stepping out from the ball, driving the ball through midfield would be something that he could do, but he's making good passes. And again, I think the more games he plays, the more confident he will become. Now, the third thing, one defender did very, very well. I thought one defender struggled, and that was Lenny Yoro. Now, I do feel for Lenny Yoro. He's had quite a tough time a bit of late at Manchester United. I think yesterday, a lot of criticism would be on him. I think watching the goal back, I think Ugarte can come over for the second Morgan Rogers goal. But I think it is poor defending from Lenny Yoro, and he did cost us. I think we do kind of probably do need to take Lenny Yoro out of the limelight, just for a point of just to protect him. But ultimately, the question that comes from that is, who do you play in that position? Because you can't have. I don't think you can have three left-footed players playing across that back three. But listen, the first goal from Yoro is quite poor. Where Morgan Rogers controls the ball is on the byline, quite far away from the goal, and he doesn't show him down the line. He allows him to come inside, and a player of that quality, he's always going to cause problems. That was a wicked goal, to be fair. It's a moment of brilliance. The second goal, Yoro's just slow to react. And here, know that, listen, he's always hard on himself. We've seen the kind of posts on social media. He did struggle in the game yesterday, but again, it comes back to we don't have anyone else. There's no other options there for Manchester United to kind of bring in. So we kind of have to deal with Lenny Yoro there, and I think he is a top player. I'm not going to go in on him too much, but I think he was at fault for both the goals yesterday, and again, that will come with him learning. Now, the fourth thing, Bruno injury concern. Now, I'm going to talk about this separately, but as a thing that we learned, there's just no creative spark with Bruno Fernandes. And I actually think when Martinez came into the team, I actually thought he did an alright job. I think someone who, again, United fans have been screaming to be in that position for a long time. I thought he did a very good job. He just did everything right. Simple passes. We know his ability on the ball is very, very good. Probably one of the best in this team. But he's making good passes, and I think I would have Martinez over Ugarte any day of the week. Ugarte is just a really, really poor footballer. I mean, there was that one instance where we saw he could have just played the simple pass. He plays a diagonal and he goes out of play for a goal kick. Ugarte isn't great. I think definitely in that game against Newcastle, I would certainly look at bringing in Martinez to go with Casemiro. I know that sounds crazy, but with Mainu out, Bruno out, I think he is the only real option you can put in. I don't think he's going to trust Fletcher from the start, which is great to see him get his debut. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I thought Bruno injury blow is a massive concern. There's no creative spark, and I think you've seen that in that second half. We were trying. Listen, we did have chances, and that come down from Cunha trying to do things, and I think he really does have to step up now, with especially Bruno being out, and Mason Mount got to step up as well. But yeah, we did really miss Bruno in that second half of the game, and we're going to miss him going forward. We know how important he has been to this team over the years, and I think him being out of the squad is going to be a huge problem for Manchester United. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how long he's out for. I'm hearing it's going to be about a month. So we'll have to wait and see. Now, the fifth and final thing that we learned from that game against Villa was Cunha. I want to talk about Cunha because, again, he has to step up. I mentioned it there. I thought Cunha had a very good performance. He got the goal. He should have had a hat trick. I mean, the first one 2 minutes in was a tricky chance, but the header, he's on the 6-yard box. Criminal offence to miss that, really, from Cunha. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I think we do need these sort of players to step up. The Cunhas, the Mounts, in the attacking part of play. I didn't think Sesko was great either yesterday, but we need these sort of attacking players to step up, because missing Bruno, there's not much creativity. And respect to Cunha, because he was trying to make things happen. He was dropping deep, trying to pick up the ball. But again, we need a lot of other players to step up, because when you look at our injury list now, no Ahmad, no Mbeumo, no Mazraoui, no De Ligt, no Maguire, no Bruno, no Mainu. I mean, we missed. Casemiro was suspended for this game, so there are huge problems for Manchester United. But what I would say from the game, just to summarise, the better team lost. It was a tough sort of learning curve for Yoro. He was just slow to react. Thought Aiden Heaven did very, very well. Could Martinez potentially be that Bruno sort of, not replacement, but the player to come in for Bruno, because we can't have Ugarte playing in that position. And obviously Cunha and a lot of other players need to step up. But let me know your thoughts.